fundamental, especially in the beginning, because you have to take what we say for seriously. You don't want to take it for granted, because I had a guy, my agent up in about 200 miles away from me, insisted on doing a retail drop for leads, and I told him the response rates there, I know what they are, they're horrible. You're going to spin an arm and a leg if you don't listen to what I say. And he didn't, so guess what happened? Matt probably knows. He ended up paying on average $75, I think it was even $80 a lead, because he got 6 or 7 leads back on the 1,000 he mailed out. So my point is that you might as well go into this business knowing what you are going to get for what you pay for, because the other option is you don't have any control. The more control you have, the better. And the thing is there's a lot of different vendors out there that will provide fixed pricing on their leads that are really a good price, because they've got economies of scale. They mail out hundreds of thousands of pieces so they can afford to operate on slimmer margins. So they pass that cost along, or they pass the savings along to the agent. So in return, you usually can get a much better deal than just going on a retail basis.
Right. Well, it sounds like you got it ironed out, that's for sure. And, this next question that I want to ask you, and I'm sure everybody wants to hear the answer, which I looked at this myself, and I couldn't actually answer it myself, because I kind of hate and love them at the same time. So, I don't want to put you on the spot, but, you're in sales. You'll know how to answer this. Who is your favorite carrier? Let me preface that by saying currently, and why.
Okay. Overall, kind of like on an everyday basis, I like United Heritage a lot. They write a lot of cases. They pay full commission on a lot of the cases at all ages of the graded and the level plans. Excuse me, man.
Sure.
They pay good full commission on all cases for graded and level plan.
Right.
They don't have a point of sale. I do not like point of sales. Now, I don't think my personal disposition should be the same for new agents. I think point of sale interviews are more pivotal in the beginning as you learn this business. But they're my bread and butter carrier. Let me put it that way. But I will say this, kind of like you, it's a love-hate relationship. There are shortcomings with every company, even United Heritage. So you don't end up placing everything with them. I've got a lot of other carriers that are favored for different situations. Like my favorite price buster carrier would be Standard Life. They issue on approval. They're pretty easy on underwriting, relatively speaking. And they're really just, they are great to replace a lot of existing business, as you know, because part of a big chunk of what you sell is based off of replacing inferior coverage that doesn't cover or is overpriced. So those kind of are I would say, just off the top, if I had to write 2 carriers, I'd have those 2.
Okay. Fair enough. As far as what you provide your agents in your group, with training, product, lead selection, stuff like that, can you touch on that and then maybe give an overview of where maybe you see things going in the next, 10 years?
Yeah, sure. So again, my shtick in the final expense business is that I am not a massive marketing organization by any means, and I kind of use that as an advantage, because in most situations, most agents are going to walk into a large organization that has multiple layers of management, and they're not going to get very much attention or support. And so it leaves a lot of people kind of burned when they get involved in this business, and a lot of them flunk out because they don't have the support and resources. So what I believe is pivotal, really in any kind of business, is making sure, especially in sales, because it is a skill. You've got to have mentorship. You've got to have somebody who's been there and done that and has done everything and experienced all the same things that you will eventually if you make it in this business. So what I focus on is making sure that, I give the resources available to increase the odds that that particular agent will succeed. Of course, I can't guarantee it. Nobody can. It's up to the agent to make the effort to be disciplined, to go out and work and make a success of himself. Because ultimately, it's all upon the person to make the decision for themselves if they're going to be a winner or a loser. But it's obviously important to have the resources available so they can do everything and not flunk out for the wrong reasons. They can flunk out for the right reasons, if that kind of makes sense. So, I've got, being an independent agency, I have access to all the carriers worth having in final expense. As the business changes, we add in new carriers and take out the old ones that fail us as agents, where the companies aren't interested in being in the final expense business. And again, that makes sense if you've been in this business for a while. But the point is that I don't have